Nothing much. Just getting home. What about you?
You good, man?
So Tyree Nichols fucking case. But don't even get me started on that shit.
Who?
So a black guy that got killed by some black cops, and they already terminated the cops and shit like that.
What else is new?
Mhm,
And no matter what president we have, this shit's still gonna happen.
mhm.
So why vote?
I'm gonna start this shit in like 12 minutes. I might not stay in long that. I might not stay live that long tonight anyway. Motherfucker got me fucked up. I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah, I'm about to watch BMF in a minute. Ronnie. So Juelz is dropping a new album, I see.
Yep. Hopefully it's good. He owes like 2 albums.
Nike always like 2 albums.
And Reagan ever, he owes that one from like '06, and the joint with Little Wayne.
Man, that joint with Louise ain't coming out. I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
Yeah, that's in the vault somewhere.
Yeah, where's that Weezy album with T Pain at? I'll wait.
Yeah, they leaked that shit though.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, it was bad.
Damn. Now we waited years for an album. All of a sudden, it turned out bad.
Yeah, yeah, it wasn't good. T Pain leaked it itself.
Oh shit. Ronnie's asked me if I'm familiar with the pop singer Debbie Gibson. I heard of. I'm not a big fan, to be real with you.
One hit, not a fan. Ray Sean was good.
All right, I'm back. Okay, I'm gonna start this in like 3 minutes, and we should be good to go. So you heard Rihanna might perform at the halftime show, allegedly.
Yep. She bringing out like other artists with her. Wonder who's gonna be there.
Well, we all know Drake ain't going to be there.
You never know.
Yeah, Jay Z just bringing out everybody for halftime show. I see.
Right? He just bringing out everybody.
And then
Babyface is performing it.
Yeah, and Shirley Roth, they're doing like the Black National Anthem.
Right. How that go? How that's gonna go? I don't think I ever heard that Black National Anthem.
So you haven't heard that?
Nah, how that go?
I want to say it's lift every voice and sing. I want to say.
Oh, is that what it is? That's the Black National Anthem.
Let me look it up. Hold on. Yeah, lift every voice. Yeah.
Mm. The Negro song.
Ah, Jesus. How's your family doing?
They good. They chilling.
You got this album too or no?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. All right, I'm gonna start whenever you are.
All right.
What's good, YouTube? How's everyone doing this lovely day? This your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Try with me,
Yo.
and today we are going to talk about Talking Heads with their, I want to say it's their fifth studio album, Speaking in Tongues, which came out January 1st, 1983 on Sire Records. You know what I'm saying? Talking Heads consists of members David Byrne on vocals, Jerry Harrison on keyboards, synthesizers, Tina Weymouth on bass guitar, and Chris Frentz on drums, which Tina and Chris are actually married with one another. They only came out with two singles, Burning Down the House, excuse me, and This Must Be the Place, the naive melody. And it was released on Sire Records, and they produced everything on this album. Yeah. Yeah, man. Talking Heads, one of my favorite rock groups. I'm so glad we're finally talking about them on this channel. You know what I'm saying? Usually I would have started off with the debut album, but at the same time, I did say I was going to talk about this album for the longest. And since I'm about to go on break pretty soon, I might as well cleaning out some of my cleaning up my closet, all that bullshit. So I'm gonna get you started. How did you get into Talking Heads?
Well, I don't have no big story. I just know some of these songs and some of the records. Once in a lifetime. I know that song and Jay-Z sampled that for "It's All Right,"
Yes.
and that was one of my favorites on Volume 2. And Psycho Killer was on Rock Band 2. I have that game and just learning how to play um that record when that came out for the game, and it's been in movies and shit. This must be the place. That one, I know that song. So some of the records I know. I haven't heard all of the albums, just this one and the other album they have with the red face, with all the red faces and shit.
Remaining Light.
That one. So there's only two of those albums I've heard. Everything else I don't know.
Got you. I actually got into Talking Heads pretty much, when I was just getting into rock music and stuff like that. I want to say the first song I heard from them was Psycho Killer, which is kind of crazy too because Ice T he did an interview where he said like Psycho Killer was like the inspiration for Cop Killer when with body count and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And definitely was a rock group I definitely fucking love. Like they were like some of like the earlier pioneers of like alternative rock, if you want to say that. You know what I'm saying? Because they were doing like a lot of unconventional stuff when it came to like rock music and shit too. Even like David Byrne's delivery definitely plays like a huge part when it came to solidifying Talking Heads. Him, Tina's bass playing and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if I had to pick a favorite rock group from like the decade, the '80s, it probably would be them. Either them, Metallica, maybe Guns N' Roses and shit. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites. We're finally talking about and shit. You know what I'm saying? So yes, yes.
Mhm.
All right. Let me give you a rundown of who Talking Heads are. They are a rock group originating from Providence, Rhode Island. Like I mentioned, they consist of members David Byrne, Chris Friends, Tina Weymouth, and Jimmy Harrison. You know what I'm saying? David Byrne and Chris Friends, they actually formed a group called the Artistics in like the early '70s and stuff. And Chris was dating Tina and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So she ended up joining the band. She ended up joining the band often like offering relations. You know what I'm saying? So while they group the Artistics broke up, they all moved to New York City and stuff like that too, trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? And they were trying to find a bassist, and they had a lot of bad luck trying to find a bassist until Tina stepped in, and she took up the role of being the bassist and stuff too. And she pretty much had to audition for the band and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So they ended up calling themselves Talking Heads because of an issue of a TV guide, which pretty much explained the term as like people who like use like a head and shoulder shot when they like in the TV studios, all content, no action, some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
they pretty much had like a demos for CBS, they recorded demos for CBS, but they didn't really actually got signed right away. And what ended up happening was that they caught the attention of Sire Records, and they signed a record deal, and they dropped their first single in '77 called Love Building on Fire. And around that same time too, they added Jerry Harrison, who Jerry Harrison was coming from Jonathan Richman's band, the Modern Lovers, and he pretty much played keyboards and guitar and backing vocals. So that same year, 1977, they dropped their first album, Talking Heads '77, which in my opinion, very dope album in my opinion. Very different compared to some of like the more popular stuff. It was a bit more like on like it was like punk rock, but at the same time, it was a mixture between new wave and punk rock, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That was where the song Psycho Killer came about and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So that was a pretty dope album. And fast forward to 1978, they started working with producer Brian Eno, and he's pretty much dropped the album more songs about buildings and foods and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Which that was a pretty cool album. I didn't really like it as much as the first album. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I felt like this was an important step to them because Brian Eno pretty much worked with them on some of like their most acclaimed works and stuff. Starting with this album. And this was around the time when he was working with a lot of artists like Roxy Music, most notably David Bowie, during the whole Berlin trilogy and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? So and also, Talking Heads is also getting more influenced by a lot of African music, a lot of funk and shit like that too. And they did a very dope cover of Al Green's Take Me to the River, which that was like their first Billboard Top 30 hit. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I like their version a bit more than Al Green's version and stuff like that too. Nothing against Al Green's version, but I feel like Talking Heads just took it to a whole nother level. Then fast forward to 1979, they dropped the Fear of Music album. Very, very, very dope album. You know what I'm saying? This album they pretty much went a bit more darker with this one and stuff like that too. But at the same time, it still had that Brian Eno touch to it. You know, this album was known for like the song the Life During Wartime song and stuff like that, which one of my favorite songs they've ever done, in my opinion. Classic song. Fast forward to 1980, they dropped what many people consider their best album, Remaining Light. And yeah, this was a very good album, don't get me wrong. This is actually my second favorite album from them. This was like pretty much like their breakthrough, if you ask me. Like, well, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna say it like More Buildings was like their breakout, but this one was made them a household name, if that makes sense. Because they were very influenced by like Fela Kuti and shit like that too, like a lot of African music, Parliament and Funkadelic and stuff like that too. And it's kind of crazy because they were the song Once in a Lifetime. That was like one of the first videos they played on MTV, and of course, that MTV audience, a lot of rock groups was trying to transition into that MTV kind of era and stuff like that too. Some of them succeeded, some of them were just left in the wayside and shit like that too, unfortunately. So, but after the release of Remaining Light, they ended up taking a little hiatus to work on solo material. Most notably, Tina Weymouth and Chris Friends. They did the spin-off group Tom Tom Club. You guys should know that Genius of Love, that da 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 da. That's the sample right there where a lot of people sampled that. Most notably Mariah Carey and shit like that too. Like that's dope as fuck, man. That's dope. Like very consistent rock group, and even their side projects are legendary as fuck too. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. And they even David Byrne, he pretty much dropped his solo album called My Life in the Bush of Ghosts, which he did with Brian Eno and stuff like that too. I haven't heard that yet. One day I'm gonna probably hear that shit. So yeah, man. Then fast forward to 1982, while they were still on hiatus, they dropped their first live album. The name of this band is Talking Heads. You know what I'm saying? This was a pretty cool live album. Honestly, I'm more of a Stop Making Sense guy, but this one is still a nice collectible right there for talking heads. Yeah, Talking Head heads, if that makes sense. And yeah, 1983, they were still continuing on that commercial success. They kind of took a break from working with Brian Eno, and they did this album all by themselves and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, this is Speaking in Tongues. Yeah, man. This is what the album cover looks like. Pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? These are the lyrics right here. Fucking album right here and shit too. So yeah, man. Very, very, very dope shit in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so yeah, with this album right here, David Byrne, he actually did the album cover himself and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And the album cover was so popular that it actually won a Grammy Award. The artist won a Grammy Award and stuff like that for like best album cover or album packaging and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying?
People was winning for album covers back then. Wow.
Yeah.
Not like now where shit is lazy. Niggas don't know how to come out with a good album cover.
Right. You ain't nothing about that shit. So yeah, man. Give me 1 second. Okay, there it is. So yeah, man. with this album's tour, they also did like another concert thing with the Stop Making Sense, which very one of my favorite live albums of all time. I need to get my hands on that shit too. And the thing also with Speaking in Tongues, not only is this like my favorite album from them, this is actually their best selling album to date and shit too. So yeah. So this album it only has like nine songs. Let's get this shit started. Track number one, Burning Down the House. I think it's pretty safe to say right now that the singles, one thing I like about this album, the singles do not sound like anything on the album. It definitely had like a more commercial. And when I use the word commercial, it's out in this review. I mean commercial in a good way. Like a more lighthearted kind of feel to it, whereas the rest of the album definitely have influences of like a Minneapolis sound, a little bit of reggae and shit like that too. So, Burning Down the House, one of my favorite songs that they've ever done. You know what I'm saying? This is pretty signature track. They were influenced by Parliament and Funkadelic because Chris and Tina went to a concert from them, and the audience kept screaming, "Burn down the house!" Like burn down the house, and that was before people started saying the roof is on fire. We don't need no war. Let that shit. You know where I'm getting at and stuff.
Right.
So that's when they did the song "Burning Down the House" and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Interesting songwriting. Interesting songwriting right here and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just that watch out. You might get what you're after. Cool baby, strange but not a stranger. I'm an ordinary guy. Burning down the house like fucking fire and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Love it.
I think this song sounds cheesy. Sounds like cheesy 80s shit. Like something out of Night of the Living Dead or something. It has like that cheesy 80s soundtrack sound to it.
I feel you. So is that like a good cheesy or bad cheesy?
Some 80s shit sounded good and some didn't sound good. Some of it didn't stand the test of time.
Understandable. I hear your point about that. Track number two, Making Flippy Floppy. My favorite song off this album and stuff like that, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? This was really the song that made me look at this album in a different way and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? The beat definitely sounds like something. It sounds like something Prince would have done, like a Minneapolis sound kind of feel, especially with the fast paced synths and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very dope track right here. I love the way David was singing this song, like nothing can come between us, nothing gets you down. And then this once that did, and then he just goes in on this fucking song, right here. You know what I'm saying? How pretty much what I got from this record was the world is dividing and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And everyone's pretty much out for their own in a weird way. Like some of the shit, I'm gonna be real. Some of the shit I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. Some songs, so I'm just doing my best to decipher certain shit. But this is definitely one of my favorites. I love the guitar work on this record and stuff like that. You know, the synthesizers was what really did its just to you. I feel like Chris Harrison. I'm not Chris Harrison. Jerry Harrison definitely did his thing on the keyboards and synths and shit. So fire ass track, my favorite.
This shit sound like it should have been for the Breakfast Club. Like you just had that Breakfast Club 80s sound, that new wave pop shit, you know. It was cool.
Yeah, definitely. Cool track. Track number 3, Girlfriend is Better. Another very dope track right here and shit too. You know what I'm saying? With this one right here, David is pretty much talking about he's taking the role of a guy who cheats on his girl a lot, and pretty much he wants a girl. He's doing that wants a girl back and stuff like that because he's just tired of fucking around and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty much one of those "baby, please come back to me" kind of songs, but not cheesy to say the least. You know what I'm saying? So fire ass, I like it.
Yeah, this had a nice beat. A nice beat to it.
Yes, sir. Track number 4 is "Slippery People." Now, this is definitely a vintage Talking Head song, but at the same time, mixing it with like the contemporary views of this album and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? From what I gathered, what he was talking about, "Slippery People," he's talking about crooked pastors, televangelists, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? How they're always using the churchgoers and stuff like that, and just using them for like using like their using their spirituality for their own greater gain, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? The beat definitely sounds like, I'm not gonna lie, the beat definitely sounds like something I can hear the Clash doing. Maybe like London Calling, and mix it with the Police's first album, the reggae textures of the Police's first album, Cough Cough, their best album. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got from that track right here. Pretty dope track. I like it. Probably my
Yeah,
second favorite track off.
yeah, it had a nice beat to it. Nice bop.
Right. Yeah, like them still synthesized on this track, man. I'm telling you, man. Like, whew. Um, Track number 5, "I Get Wild" / Wild Gravity. Mm, not a fun song, you know what I'm saying? I like the energy on it, but I could have done without it.
I like this one. I like the beat. It had like a reggae. It sounded like a reggae track. You know, it had like a reggae bass line to it, and the beat was fire. I like this one.
Definitely. Yeah, that beat definitely was a hot one and shit. Next track we got is "Swamp." Out of all of the songs off this album, this one might be the most funkiest song in my personal opinion and shit. But again, like, I don't know what this motherfucker is talking about on this record.
Right.
To be real with you and shit like that, I'm just like, I'm trying to like David Byrne, man. I like David Byrne. I'm just like, God damn, what the fuck was this nigga on and shit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, this was pretty loose song right here and shit too. It definitely has a basement funk mixed in with a little bit of ska, a little bit of reggae and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? I love the chorus, that high chorus and shit. You know what I'm saying? So this was a pretty good record right here. One of my favorites off this record.
I thought it sounded country. I thought it sounded more like a country song. The way they was
Oh
singing
wow.
it, and it sounded like some shit that Kansas would have did.
Mm. Yeah, man. Next track we got is "Moon Rocks." Now, when I first heard this record years ago, I said this was probably my least favorite song off this record. But at the same time, re-listening to it now, it's a pretty good song. It's still not really among my favorites, but it's pretty danceable. So he's pretty much making fun of motherfuckers who use drugs or who act like they appear to be spaced out when on drugs
Right.
and using that to their music. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? It kind of has a Parliament of Funkadelic feel, like something that they would have done on like the Mothership Connection. Mix it
Right.
with something that David Bowie would have done on Heroes and shit too, just based on the atmospheric production. Um, I love the line where he says, "Flying saucers, levitation. Yo, I could do that. Getting ready for the heavy duty. Go on and give it a chance. Give it a chance. Give it a chance. I saw your hair start to curl. So get up, write it down. You better wait it for a while." You know what I'm saying? Um, Pretty hot song right here. You know what I'm saying? So fire,
Sounded very pop. It was like a pop record to me. You know.
definitely. Yeah, and I feel like that's the thing. He was making fun of pop record, but it would have like a very bouncy kind of beat and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm. Track number 8, Pull Up the Roots. Um, this one was a pretty cool track right here, shit too. You know what I'm saying? I love the beat.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Pull up the roots. That's what we talking about.
Yeah,
This one sounded a little bit more disco. It had like more of a disco
yeah,
bass line, more of a dance feel to the record. You know, I thought I liked it though.
definitely. And the last track, This Must Be the Place, Naive Melody. One of my all-time favorite Talking Head songs they've ever done. Like this bro, they picked the right motherfucking singles in this album. Oh my god.
They
Only
did.
2 singles.
They did.
And both are considered like the most signature tracks in their discography and shit.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
What's the other single they picked besides this one?
Burning Down the House.
Oh, that one, the first track.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the first track and the last track. That's crazy. Wow. Okay, but yeah, this track right here. Now, I'm not usually like a sentimental kind of guy when it comes to like a track like this. So y'all be probably surprised how much I love this track. Like you're talking to a guy that don't like the Police's Every Breath You Take, but
No Lord. There you go. The Police that's a classic.
but
record.
yeah, I disagree. I mean, they didn't. I feel like this track shits all over Every Breath You Take. Come on.
What? Fuck no.
Yes,
What?
I said it. Yes, I
Hell
said
no.
it.
Fucking Heads is not a
And
better than
both-
the Police.
This album way better than Secretocracy. Fuck
Bullshit.
Secretocracy.
Bullshit.
And both came out 83.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like, Synchronicity is
both.
a 5 mic classic. That is a 5 mic classic.
This
album.
is a 5 mic classic. So what you mean?
I don't think it's a 5 mic classic. it's okay.
Well,
You know,
well, when I come back from break, we're gonna talk about Secretocracy because I want to see what I'm missing and shit.
you compare the Police discography to Talking Heads discography.
Because the Talking Heads made art. Talking Heads
Nah,
made
man.
art and shit.
Police got many hit records, man. They need a verses. That's how many hits they got.
I mean, Police got hit records, but Talking Heads had art. That's the difference.
They had art.
They had artistic
They
hit
have
records.
shit that sound like it should have been on 80s soundtracks.
Get out. Nah, get out. Get out.
You know,
Get out.
that first
Get
song
out.
should have been on Night of the Living.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Return
So
of the
you
Living
telling
Dead.
me a genius of love? You tell me that you talking about the Police will do anything that's better at Genius of Love? Are you serious right now?
I think
Psycho
you're
Killer?
more of a Talking Heads fan than I am.
You're more of a Police fan than I am.
I'm more of a Police fan. Yes, I mean because like, well, I got into them late because I was more a Sting, like Sting solo stuff.
Fuck
And then
Sting.
Police, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just feel to me the Police stuff were just timeless music.
Talking Heads was timeless too.
Some of they shit when I hear it, it remind me of the 80s, and not everything in the 80s aged well. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, this shit. That's what I'm. Like I said, I don't like a band that named themselves after the Police. First of all, that's my thing. I'm just.
I could get over. At least they make good music. Because if they made bad music and their name was the Police, I wouldn't have listened to them. But I could get over that.
Well, we're
Sting
gonna
is for the
continue
people anyway. He's very political and shit. So
What the fuck was David Byrne and shit?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the fan of these people.
You-
I know like 2 records of them. I wasn't really a fan. I know
Police,
like 2 of the records because they were real popular.
The Police never made something that's political as Life During Wartime.
The Police. I'm talking like Sting as a solo artist was very political in his views on.
I'm not talking about Sting as a solo. I'm talking about the Police as a group.
The Police made great music, man.
Shit.
Message in a Bottle.
Hate
That's a classic record.
Hate that song. Like, give me their first 2 albums. I'm good with that. Everything else, shit.
I love it, man. They were more than just Every Breath You Take. You know what I'm
Well, I like
saying?
Roxanne, but niggas look at me like you like Roxanne?
Roxanne was great too, right? What?
I like Roxanne.
No, you said niggas look at you like you weird.
Yeah, because they're every breath you take, the police
They don't
fans
know
and
music
shit.
then, man. They don't know music then.
But see,
You know what
with
I'm
Talking
saying?
Heads,
Don't Stand So Close to Me. That's a classic. D Do Do. Come on.
Talking Heads, they made fucking
We
timeless
talk
shit.
we talk about real fucking music here. We don't just talk about hip hop. When people just see people stick themselves in that box and call themselves hip hop heads and they don't know shit other than hip hop. You know what I'm saying? My ears are
They know the
universal.
police
So
fuck me up with them.
when I say like, yo, I fuck with the police, I fuck with the police, all of they shit. Not just one album. You know what I mean? Walking on the Moon, classic record.
Trash. But back to this beautiful song right here. So it was rumored that this song was like a love song to like his girlfriend at the time and shit like that, which he never really actually disclosed that rumor because he's very private about his life. You know what I'm saying? But this was the one thing I like about this song was the simplistic melody. You like that? Like I love that simplistic melody compared to some of the more stripped down, complex songs on this fucking record and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? This might be my third favorite track off this album. Love it.
This is the best record on this album right here.
Hey, I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about that.
Nice bass line. They saved the best for last.
You're not the only person that said that shit. But yeah, that's this album overall. This is a rock classic in my opinion. This to me is the best rock album of '83. Fuck Sequenocracy. Fuck that album. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
This 9 songs, all timeless shit. You know what I'm saying? This just shows you. Let me tell you something. This shows you a fucking group can go commercial without actually selling out to the public and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these other 70s rock groups were selling out and shit like that. These motherfuckers held their fucking own, in my opinion. So 5 out of 5. I don't give a fuck what no one said.
It's an okay album. There's some songs that just reminded me of like 80s soundtracks and shit. Like this shit should have been on, the Breakfast Club soundtrack. They missed this song. This song should have been on Return of the Living Dead. Why they miss this? I like some songs on there, It's cool. For people that love the 80s new wave sound,
Right. And I respect your opinion because Talking Heads wear like an acquired taste to a lot of people and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So
they made some dope records. I don't think they're better than the Police, but that's just me.
I'm being real. The Police, they were just overrated. I'm just gonna be real. People only like them because Puffy used that "I'll Be Missing You" shit. I'm gonna be real.
I was listening to the Police before. Did he sample every fucking thing? What didn't he sample? He don't have an original beat in his bones. He sampled everything. That was great. You know what I'm saying? Roxanne is the shit that people in every breath you take because of Puff, but the true Police fans know all of their records besides that.
I feel like the first one was the best one.
You know what I'm saying?
Just gonna leave it right there.
Bullshit.
What? What's bullshit?
We gotta talk about this album right here. This is a classic.
Oh, yo, after my break.
This is a classic right here. You see this classic Police album I'm holding? It's a 5 mic classic. Right? This is not overrated. Every song on here is a classic. Every song on here.
Every song on here. Every song. Really, every song.
The title track is a classic. You got Walking in Your Footsteps. Oh my God. Mother. What else is on here? Synchronicity 2. Every Breath You Take. King of Pain. Wrapped Around Your Finger. Tea in the Sahara. Come on, bro. You can't tell me that Talking Heads album is better than this shit.
Yeah, I can definitely tell you. I can definitely tell you Talking Heads album is better than that.
The album cover is even better. Even the album covers. Better.
That's the best.
Even
That's the best
album
part of the
cover-
album. The cover. That's the best part of the whole fucking album and
Really?
shit.
The best part of the album is the cover to you? Really?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Don't disrespect the legend Sting. Even his first solo album shits on any Talking Head stuff.
Now I like the first solo album. I'm not
Classic
gonna go that
album
far.
right here, bro.
I'm not gonna go that
You like
far.
the first
though.
album? Okay.
I like Sting's first album. Yeah.
Okay.
But I
Then
just don't like
that's a
Super
classic solo album. All right.
Hell, Appetite for Destruction shits all over Secretocracy from Guns N' Roses.
Here you go.
Shit. Queen's
Here you
Hot
go.
Hot Space shits all over Secretocracy. That fucking Everybody Wants to Rule the World song shits all over Secretocracy.
I think anything from Nirvana shits on anything from Guns N' Roses, but that's just me. Incesticide over anything what Guns N' Roses got.
I mean, I'm not mad. I'm not mad about that. I love Nirvana. I feel like Nirvana had a better discography than Guns N' Roses, so you're not ripping out the pubic
for
hair.
just
on
3
all of
albums. Fuck yeah. You know what I'm saying? In Utero, Nevermind, Bleach.
that. Right. Because
Definitely.
Guns N' Roses, they had Appetite for Destruction, GNR Lies, Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. I didn't care for Spaghetti Instant like that, and don't even get me started on Chinese Democracy. Q
Yeah,
said, "What about Van Halen?" Yeah,
What
we
about
did a whole video. We did a breakdown on Van Halen. I love
you didn't
them.
listen to none of them, so like why are you answering?
Ronnie said, "Master of Puppets Metallic." Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, Master of Puppets.
Boo. Boo.
One of the greatest thrash metal albums of all time. But yeah, them Van Halen reviews are coming this year too. So,
Oh boy. Hopefully I like one of
Really?
those albums other than 84.
you said what?
I said hopefully I like one of those other albums besides 84.
I feel like you would. No lie. I feel like you would and shit.
Okay.
Like honestly, like I feel like you should start with a debut album, then work your way up.
Cool.
Because I like 1984, but I feel like that gets a bit overhyped. I'm just like, okay, y'all act like this is like the only record they came out with. No one talks about fucking Woman and Children First, Fair Warning. No one talks about those records.
Well, that's how you feel about the Police, though.
What?
But Synchronicity is the only album they talk about.
Well, I mean, well, at least 1984 is a better album.
Oh my god, no, it is not.
Yes, it is.
That is not a better album than Synchronicity.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god.
Yes, it is. Wow,
Lord.
Panama.
We got to have an album battle then.
I get up,
Yeah,
but
we got an album battle.
because nothing gets me down. Come on, jump, fuck, fucking Message in the Bottle. Give me Jump.
Every
man.
Breath You Take is a classic record, yo.
I got it bad, got it bad.
You thank your boy Diddy. You thank your boy Diddy for giving it a second life.
Stop that screaming, teacher! Don't you hear? Don't wanna be no uptown fool. Come on, man. Don't even get me started.
So David Lee Roth is a better singer than Sting.
You know what? I'm on that part. I'm gonna have to go with Sting, but David Lee Roth has the better charisma.
Oh my god!
Because vocally, I feel like he got better. I feel like he got better vocally in the solo albums.
He spent most of his career after Van Halen dissing Van Halen.
No, he did not.
Yes, he
No, he
did.
did not.
Every chance he got, he was taking shots at them.
Well, they were taking shots at him. So think about it. Think about
There's
it.
a reason
That's
why
all
they
I
got
gotta
rid of
say.
There's a reason why they got rid of him.
Just a gigolo.
Oh man.
I ain't got nobody. That's my shit.
How he go from jump to that?
What you mean? That was his first two solo albums were good. What you mean?
How he go from jump to that? That don't even sound like a rock song.
Well, he always wanted to do his shit. But you know what I respect about David Lee Roth? He owns that shit. He owned that shit, yo. He owned that fucking shit.
He
If
had
he
to.
wants to
Nobody else was
sing
doing
like
that.
that, let him do that
Nobody else was doing that shit. He had to own it.
shit. I love that song, Going Crazy. Shit. Come on, man. Don't make me pull out my Van Halen collection, though.
Go ahead.
Don't make me pull out. Cause you pull out your Secret Knock. Don't
Hey,
make me pull out
man,
my
it
Van
was just
Halen
laying
collection.
here. It just happened to lay here. And
Oh
it
yeah,
said,
yeah. It was just conveniently just laying there.
it said show the people
It was just
the classic
conveniently
album.
laying there.
Yes, it just happened to lay on the bed, right? It was just there. You know, by chance. That happens a lot. The albums just be laying around by chance, and I just pick it up and show people like, oh, you talking about this album here? This classic Five Mike album? It's not something I have to look for. They just be laying around sometimes. It's almost like I know people gonna mention it.
So you got album cycle now and shit.
That happens a lot, yo. I can't explain it. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that if I'm within reach of it, I'll just pull it out and be like, yo, like, oh, you talking about this album? It's the other shit I have to dig for. If you mention like the Jackson stuff or the Sly and the Family Stone, that's the shit I gotta dig for. But the other shit is like it be within arm's reach. I could just pull it out and be like, oh, okay, this one right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay on for another 5 minutes and shit.
Private Dancer is a classic album. That's another. That's one that's not right near me. I gotta dig for that one, but that's a classic album.
I love that album.
That's the Tina Turner I grew up on. It was What's Love Got to Do with It, Tina.
In your wildest dreams.
Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. That Tina Turner from the 80s. She was performing on Live Aid with the short skirt, and Mick Jagger pulled it off. You ever seen that performance, Reg?
Yeah, I saw that years ago.
Yeah, like he pulled it off on stage while she was singing. Crazy.
Home is where I wanna be. 16
Hotel California. That song is overrated as fuck because too many people tried to do that over and they can't.
Don't even get me started on that piece of shit.
They can't like Albie Shore. Can't do it. He was good for one album, maybe two. But he can't pull off that Eagles classic.
I heard that cover. That's laughable.
Yeah, that was bad. And that's how you started off that second
laughable.
album. That's how you started off the second album. I'm like, with this.
And this nigga was even dancing on that second album. I was like, yo, you're not Bobby. I love Al, but you're not Bobby. Stop.
You're not Bobby. Bobby had him beat with that.
Yeah, I'm about to take me a quick shower. I'm about to watch me some BMF and shit.
David
Then
Bowie
kill
was
my
above
nigga,
him.
shot my nigga.
You probably have to beg David Bowie for that collab. How that
I
happened?
think
David
David
Bowie and
Bowie
Bobby
actually.
Short? I don't even sound right.
That was my song though. That's a classic song right there.
How did that collab happen? Like David Bowie went to him and be like, "Yo, I want to work with you."
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Wow. Maybe he was on drugs
he
when he
he
happened.
talked about it. I'll be sure talked about it on his unsung episode.
Wow. Bowie actually went to him. So he heard Night and Day and he's like, "Oh, I got to work with this guy."
Like I said before, David Bowie did a lot for black musicians, and your favorite black musician and shit. That's all like that.
Yeah. Well, that's good. He said, "Yeah, I would hope so. Y'all been robbing us of our music for years. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Collab with the brother. You know.
Guess, you remember that song "Fame"? He did.
Yeah.
Guess who his co-writer was for that track?
Fame?
Yeah, the "Fame." That
Oh,
song.
who was his co-writer for that?
John Lennon.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Mr. Woman is the nigga of the world.
Then they should have kept that for itself.
No, I feel like Bowie should just kept that for him. Let me stop. Let me stop.
He was trying to
Yeah,
revive his career.
that
His
was one of
career
the
was
vocal act.
never went downhill. What you mean?
Who?
David Bowie? David Bowie wasn't trying to revive his career, but I'll be sure.
He was kind of going through like a commercial slump around that time, but not too much.
Yeah, they all do, but they ain't doing nothing drastic like that.
Mm. All right, I'm gonna read a few more comments. What do y'all think about the David Bowie "Let's Dance" song? I love that
Classic.
song.
Classic.
I need to get that album though. Okay. David Bowie wanted to be like Little Richard as a kid. Everybody wanted to be like Little Richard.
Shut up.
I shit. I prefer Ashes to Ashes over Let's Dance. Mm, I can't get mad about that, but one of my favorite songs from that Scary Monsters album is that Fashion, Turn to the Left, Fashion, Turn to the Right, which that's another album we gotta talk about. Whew,
Mm.
after break, man. But Bowie had some heat in the '80s too, man. Shit.
Right.
All right. I think I want to end this off right here because I got a lot of shit to do tonight, and I'm not trying to slack off. All right, so appreciate y'all for watching this review. They actually re-released the Talking Heads album 2021 on vinyl and shit too. So if y'all looking for it, make sure y'all cop that. So now I'm gonna go on a little break from doing reviews for pretty much the month of February and stuff like that too. I'm still gonna be doing videos and shit, but yeah, I just gotta get my mind right on some shit. Um, hmm. I'm working on my top one. I'm still working on my R&B albums list. I'm really working on it this week. I actually had to do the list all over again because I fucked up on some shit. But tomorrow 3 o'clock, I'm doing a DJ stream with based on mafioso rap and stuff like that too. So it's gonna be on YouTube and Instagram. Yeah, man. I gotta rip off some vinyls and shit too because I got some heat, especially some rarities and shit like that too when it comes to mafioso hip hop. So
Yes.
yeah. All right. Jefferson's breakdown. I'm still gonna make that the week of February 14th. Also, sometime in February, I was thinking about doing the Best Man movie breakdown and shit like that. My homeboy may come over for that one. I'm not 200% sure if he's coming, but I'll have to ask him. So, Battle of the Bangers is also what? As of now, I might just do a late night stream Sunday. I don't know. Not really anything. Maybe a late night stream.
Cool.
Yeah, keyword maybe. If not Sunday, then sometime this week. But I know about the bangers. I definitely want to make that sometime in February, maybe early February and shit too. The organized noise one.
Nice.
So if you can send me your list sometime this weekend,
okay,
it will be give it a motivation for me to schedule it. Find a good date to schedule it. So yeah.
All right.
So yeah, y'all. Also, I know why the beef is also. I'm gonna drop a why the beef episode pretty soon. I know I've been pushing it back. I've been dealing with a lot of shit, but yeah, I just dropped a CD recap. I might do another CD recap maybe early next week. So yeah, man, I'm trying to catch up on a lot of shit I missed out on these past couple months. So that's why I'm just like, you know what, let me take a little break from y'all motherfuckers and shit. But March is definitely gonna be like mostly De La Soul and disco. That's all I'm gonna say.
De La and disco.
So
Let's go.
yeah, De La and disco. But we're not gonna start off with that. That's not gonna be the first review we do when we come back. So
Right.
I'm gonna keep that in the rack right now. I already tried this earlier, but yeah. But hope y'all have a good night. Appreciate this try as usual. I'll see y'all later.
Peace. All right. Peace.
All right.